What's up, guys? So, shed hunting 2026. Alright, so the determining factor this morning was, we'll see if we can sneak up on them. This morning, I come out here, I got a big bachelor group of bucks right behind my house. I don't know if you guys can even see me, but all of them are missing their antlers. So they're all out here right now. But there is one with some small ones there in the back. But that was my cue to start walking. And my son today, my wife, they wanted to go because the weather was decent. So, oh shit. I said, let's do it. And I'm glad we did. Because we come up with some good ones today. Hold on, let me get you set up here. Here we go. Yeah, we come up with some good ones today. What's up, guys? So this is exciting. I've waited on this time of year all year long. I'm a shed hunter, and we got to go today. Took my wife and my little boy. They both did awesome today. My wife found a nice matched little spike set here. I am freezing, guys. Sorry, I've been out here feeding the horse and goats and chicken and everything else. And she found this little guy here. All on her own today, freshies. Snow's deep here in Ohio, but all my deer looked like they were missing antlers, but that one little one back here, I'm pretty sure they're all on the ground. So we were working this little city spot. It's a thicket on the edge of this city, and I've been shed hunting for years. There's a bunch of urban deer hung up in that little spot. And I was cruising, trying to get to where they feed at and bed at, up on top of this little hill. And when I got up there, I was scanning, and my boy, he's sitting there with me, and we're scanning, and whatever that is, if that's an antler, that thing's huge. And he said, I think it is, Dad, I think it is. So I sent him up there to grab it, and sure enough, it was a absolute whopper. For a 7-year-old boy, buddy, that's a nice one to put in his collection. This is his 3, 4, 5. This is his 6th antler he's ever found. And this is bigger than anything his mama's got. His mom's got some big brownies, but this one here is a whopper. Absolute beauty. Not one chew mark on it. We could see just the tines sticking out of the snow. That's the only reason we saw it. But I knew if it was an antler, it was going to be a big one. And it was. It still got some wax ring on it, and as deep in the snow as this thing was, I really kind of feel like it had been on the ground for a while, and the last batch of snow we had was snowed it in, because it was buried in the snow. But absolute stud, man. I'm going to see if I can come up with the other side this week. I got 2 farms I want to start on over there that's close to that, and I want to make it a point to get back in there to see if I can match it up for him. I got to get on it now because I don't want the squirrels getting to him before I do, especially stuff like this, But this is awesome, man. For a 7-year-old's little collection, he's got one for it now. That's for sure. I don't know how old I was before I ever come up with something like that. But I started the same age, I started at 7 was when I started. You know, it's been almost 40 years now I've been walking. And you don't come across these where I'm at. You just don't come across these that often, you know. This is a true mature buck. I mean, that's a big, great big base on him. That's a true mature giant. And I was so happy and thankful the day went the way it did, you know. It's hard to keep a kid into it when you have to walk so many miles to come up with something, you know. And that's kind of my thing. I tell everybody, you know, I saw a guy that was in there walking. He said, I've walked this place 4 or 5 times and I've never found an antler. And I told him, I said, you know, it's when you least expect it. So just keep walking, you know, just keep walking. That's the best advice I can give you. And like I said, I take an antler with me. It's in the pickup truck. I keep antlers in the trucks for throwing, you know, just something to give you a visual of what to look at, you know, because the antler, you know, looking at it this way, you don't see much, but looking at it this way, you see a lot. So that's why I tell everybody, you know, turn around and walk and look behind you at a different angle, you know. Shed hunting's all angles, you know, crouch down and look at the floor. Don't try not to look down at it. That's my son. When we found this one today, I was on the ground scanning flat. And, you know, he made me a proud dad when he said, Dad, I'm pretty sure that looks like a shed. And we were so far away from it, I couldn't say, you know, I didn't want to tell him, yeah, buddy, that's a shed. But the closer we got, we both just, our smiles kept getting bigger. But good luck, guys. I'll touch base with you again. Like I said, we're going to do a ton of walking this year. Even if I got to pull Booger out of school for a minute, you know, to get him a couple of days of full walking with me. Good luck. I've seen some really nice antlers found already this year. I mean, some absolute giant antlers. And I love seeing that, man. You know, even the little ones, I tell my wife, you know what I mean? There's a reason why I don't have a million of these things laying around everywhere. Because my eyeballs have never been able to find these, ever. Just ever since I was a kid. If I find one, it's usually a dandy. And that's far and few between, you know what I mean? She found 3 of them today. And I was really proud of her. Super proud of her. She's got a couple dozen that she's on now, you know. So, hopefully we can keep piling them up. When we find more, I'll let you guys know. Good luck to y'all.